Hello and welcome to Rust. Okay, now that that's over with, this is the barn build. This is going to be the, I do believe it's called the north barn on the maps, if you can find it. So first thing we're going to do is put away the rock. This improves our frame rate and also tests whether or not we're in the middle of a glitch. I just hit the button to hide the rock, and unless it's not hiccuping, unless there's no server lag, we can't build. Okay, there we go. That may or may not be true. Here's how we start it. Number one, there are animals outside, so we have to build this very quickly, but we have to be very precise. Between those two openings in that door are 7 of these wood plank things, but it's not symmetrical, so you kind of need to move it over a little further. So there should be almost 7, 8 planks to the left. Now, a quick guide for that is right there where that tire is, right where that line goes in, just to the right of that midline here. That should be the midline, so we want to be just over, like, let's say, here. Now, we're going to do it from here. Yes, it looks way too off-center. I know that, but you notice that the barn edge there tips over this way. The entire barn is offset just slightly. So I'm going to put it in probably screwed up. Here we go. Now, this can only be done on a true vanilla server. If the server is not vanilla, if they're restricting you in any way, you can't build in the barn. And it's going to make it to where you can't line it up straight. I'll explain why in a minute, but we're going to do the first stage first, which is where we get our door frame and door seal up here. The main thing is get it straight as much as possible and over to the right as much as possible while still having that in there. This is nearly ideal. And this is as far in towards us that I can get it. I want it in there so that it seals it up properly. So I do that, and that puts in the 1 there. Now I'm going to hit the number 2 on my keyboard to get me access to the pillars without moving. If I move, the bears and wolves will come after me. Now I hit 3, and I can put my door frame in. Now we're going to hit 4. This will be a challenge because then it'll do the red screen of death all over the place. Or, oh wow, it's cooperating. And then I put that in. Oh, that was easier than I thought. Now I'm going to move over here. I'm going to sneak up on it. For some reason, this keeps them from being able to mess with me. Now I'm going to hit E and make sure the door opens and closes. Okay. Close, damn it. Let's see. Now I'm going to hold down the E and I'm going to hit change lock. And I'm going to put in my code and then we'll go on. Always change the code as soon as you put in a door because it may just use the default code that's on the server for you that it generated or something, depending on the server you're on. So always make sure you check it first. I'm going to pause the video while I type in the code. And that should be about it. You should be hearing me at this point, who knows. Now you'll notice the foundation clips to the ground rather than clipping to this building. The building we're looking at is in fact a 3D asset, so it's not required to make a perfect clip into it. Now we're going to see how straight I got it. I'm sure I tilted it wrong way. Now, the main thing is I want that window up there to line up with what I'm building so I can walk up to it without falling on the ground. If I fall in the ground over there, I don't care too much. Let's see how good our lineup was. Well, here's our pillar, and it's slightly proud of the clapboards, and it's oddly enough just a little bit yeah, it's just barely on the inside of the door. Now we go over here. This will probably anger the animals outside. We have it fully into there, and it's over to, there it is. So yeah, we've got it over as far to this side over here as I can get it. The idea is that when I'm up there, when I build my roof, I want to have it not let me fall in. Now through the magic of editing, I'm going to refill the hot bar down there with the other parts to make it. But that was 1 foundation, 1 door frame, and 1 door. And you have access to all of this. But unless you put down foundations in here, anything you put in here is subject to decay at a higher rate. And every day at least, probably more often, you'll probably have to come back here, stand over it with some wood in your hotbar. Like, let's say it was where, like, let's say I put it at number 1, and you'd have to tap the 1 key to get it to renew the stuff. So we're going to put in some of their foundations that are hidden underneath, and it's going to be kind of hinky. 1 moment, please. I'll be pausing the video. Okay, now in this part here, we're going to be putting down our foundations and a door frame down there and a door on it that we're going to leave open to act as a hop-up so we can get up on the top rail. So first we hit our number 1, and that should give us this. Now, you'll notice it can be put all sorts of places. You can even turn it on an axis. But when we bring it out here, if we bring it down really slowly, should suddenly snap. And then we hit that, and we should see one disappear there, and now we have one left. We then want to walk forward, and then do the same trick. And that should have put it under there. Now I'm going to hit number 2. We want to go to the end here. Now you'll notice it should clip to where we can put them on the outside. You can put them, or excuse me, hold on, a little further. There it is. You can see that it's forming out there right in the middle of your screen as a green ghost. And that means that the foundation is just barely sticking out back there. You can feel free to put extra pillars out there to seal up the outside because there are holes here someone can shoot through. But right now we're just going to put it here. And then we're going to go here, right next to me. That means I can put a door frame in here. Let me hit 3. I want to do the door frame first. We turn around and the door frame should snap in. And we want to put another door here. And this could be really, oh, there we go. It's hinky every once in a while. We go up to it, and again, I'm going to change the code on it in a minute, but right now let's just open it. And right now we have all we need for the bare minimum to get up there. Obviously we want to put a roof on, but that'll be later on in the video. Let's get up here. And when we get up here, there. This acts as a stair step. Now, I could have right in the middle there put down a wooden box, one of those triple boxes, the large capacity box, and hop up here. But that means that I have a box down there, and if I didn't finish this whole thing out, it would decay rapidly. But that means that the tire, not only the tire, but the pallet it's sitting on acts as the step, then the tire, then the door frame, and then this. And this also seals it off a bit. And we can also get over here, if we duck down, and proceed to fall out the back here. This is the only opening up here to fall out of, and you might want to seal it up by putting a wall up there. This gives us access to this entire area, and when a ceiling is put here, we will have a shooting floor to shoot those things out there because they are a pain in the ass. And this is just barely short enough because of the fact that that foundation's underneath, that if we drop, we don't take fall damage, and we're in good, safe condition. Now let's complete our pillars. You'll notice we could put a seal, seemingly, put a seal there, to where we could put a door there. But because there's another pillar already up there, we can't. So we go to the next notch over, bonk. Then we go over here. Again, we find our first, and then we go to here, bonk. And that will allow us to put up our ceilings up here, over the top of all of this. And then we'll be able to get up there, and that will be our completed area. Not really completed, but fairly well completed. We can choose to put in walls between that post and this post, and that post and this post, and put a doorway and a door here, and have an airlock if we wish. Because this building is made out of wood that the game won't let you destroy, this makes it a much, much safer environment than you might think it would be. So the next part is we put the ceilings on, and yes, I'm dying. It took me that long to get all the materials. Here's number 4, which is the floor. Boom. Got the 4 on the floor, walk forward. I can stand on the floor again, do this, bam. And then when I've done that, I can then place my box. A box, if you're going to hide it under there, you want to get more room, and you want it also hidden. Stand on the very edge, hit your signal, hit your button for your boxes, and you can put it there and almost but not quite tip it over the edge. And then as for the workbench, which would have come in handy building all this so I wouldn't die from starvation over the time, we do this, we hit our button for the bench, and we need to orient it this way. Can't just rotate it like I wish I could. Bam. And no, I don't have a sleeping bag, so I'm going to die in a few and I won't have anything to work with. Now, the whole point of this is to create this large area up here that's a lot harder to hit you in than you might think, because you can just duck. And you can also put up barriers if you want to. But the main reason is it's a shooting floor. We can go out here, stand on this pillar, and if we jump up, we'll land, if I do it right, which I didn't. Let's get going. Okay, and then we duck down, up. As you can see, it's pretty hard. But if you get there and get yourself stuck into the window, you can shoot and actually take them out easier. Now, if I put it over to the right enough, I shouldn't fall down on the floor by walking between these two surfaces. So that worked so far. I'm amazed I got it right. Now, as a bonus, it'd be nice if I didn't fall through on this side, but it probably will. Let's see. Do I fall? No. Okay, that's the first out of 12 servers where I've actually gotten it to where I haven't fallen through. So that makes it to where we can walk around here. We're reasonably safe, and we can even get up on here if we do it just right and duck down to where we can squeeze through the window and get on the roof. But this is our hidey spot. This is where we put our bed. We have a box, so let's go ahead and dump everything into it. And the everything I have is another word for jack and or shit. And obviously getting cloth is going to be a problem. That's what you need in order to have a respawn point, aka a sleeping bag. And again, we can just go through here, drop down onto the door, drop down on the tires, and drop down on that. And we can get in and out pretty easily. And over here we can make a airlock. And over here we can go here. And as soon as we walk up on it, we can get up on the pallet, then up on the two tires. And at that point, we just hop up once and then twice, and we're good. This makes it to where we don't fall down. It's pretty easy to get in and out of. There's only a couple of weak points, these two windows, and this side over here is a weak point a person can crawl through. So pretty good, lots of space, more than you need, and it required 3 foundations, 2 ceilings, 6 pillars, 2 doorways, 2 doors, one of them being absolutely mandatory in order to make a hop up. And yeah, that's about it. And as a bonus, it only took about 700 wood, and we got all this space to work with. Anyway, this is on this point of the map where I'm at, and by Small Rad Town, and I'm using my improved map that seems to do a better job tracking with the road. I don't know how good it really is. So thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. This has been a video on how to do the barn build by waptek. Oh, extra bonus points. If you hop up on these wooden rails here, you can get up on top of there and just stack a bunch of boxes up until you run out of room. So you have a bunch of boxes up there that are hard to get. I recommend just using the handmade boxes here that aren't the brown ones, because they blend in and it'll call less attention to you. Okay, that's it.